Grand Rising, my beautiful melanated people, Grand Rising. I want to talk about the visitation recently, a few weeks ago, that Kamala Harris had visited in Africa and in Ghana, and I want to talk about how trying to push she's trying to push the rainbow community to Africa, to their tradition, to their culture, to their to their traditions and cultures, and to the kids and stuff out there. So I want to talk to stuff about that. So what I want to know is when are we gonna start addressing the main issue, which I want to start with is America. And I'm starting to see formations in America that a lot of people in America are very how you say, very delusion, very some is very you know delusion, some is very skeptical, some is very curious, some is very naive. We got those that plays a lot in America, right? What I want to know the most is when are we gonna put a line between how far how far that we're crossing a line when it comes down to the rainbow community starting to brainwash and um, orchestrate these kids' minds, that I want to talk to y'all about, and it's mainly I have a lot to do with the population control for the black people, aka the Africans, Black Americans. So I find it weird how nobody's talking about it as much, but obviously it's not going to be talked about as much because it's happening to black people. So nobody really cares unless you're trying to benefit from it, really. But everybody's hopping on a rainbow train right now, because racism is less important than the rainbow community. So let's So what I want to say is they trying to brainwash these kids. There's a rainbow book that they teaching in school to the elementary school, middle schools about about being a rainbow. Trying to expose these kids to these type of sensitive, very not how you say it, really sensitive and very catastrophic like images or even like ideas that like, any kid shouldn't be in play for. Like that's like showing a kid pornography, damn near, right? You don't want to show a 3-year old that. You want to show a 4-year old. You don't want to show any kid that. So you want to keep them in their little innocent side, which playing with toys, drinking apple juice and such and such. They shouldn't be questioning their own sexuality or mutilating their body at the age of 9 and 10 because they go by how they feel. Mind you, their brain's not even fully developed. So how you feel at the age of 10 can totally change of how you feel at the age of 19 or 20. So I want to talk more about that. That these kids are being brainwashed and manipulated and reprogrammed to get their bodies mutilated, take hormone pills, such and such, and nobody's really taking it serious. Taking them to drag shows and half naked, dress up, men dressing up as women, and I hear stories and a lot of them be sex offenders too. So you know, like I said, this is an agenda. It's being pushed, very pushed. Um, it's mainly it's more of like, what are we gonna do about it? Because the next generation is supposed to carry the future of our peoples, the future of our communities. They supposed to be the next of our generation, right? They supposed to be better than the last generation. Each generation is supposed to be better than the last. So I want to know is like, what are we doing about this? Is there a like the when the line gonna be crossed? And I know America is very diverse, right? And I know it's like what do like what are we gonna like start to think about the kids? When they're trying to normalize uh 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 rainbow upon them, or even normalizing pedophilia, which is in foreplay as well. You don't wanna like say like I'm being born gay. Sorry, I'm being born a rainbow is more of a it's a like, oh, I'm born a rainbow. I was born like this. You don't want to turn that into a gene. You don't want to make that a scientific thing. You don't want to make it like, okay, you're born a rainbow. It's in your DNA, so that means since you're born this and that, there's gonna be laws played in for that, like more privileges and such. Or there's more passes. So if you do a crime, like it'd be passes on that. So once you open up that door, you're opening up many doors. Like you can say like, I'm born a pedophile. I have it in my gene. So they're gonna open up that door to normalize that. Like you can don't open this door and you have so many other doors and rooms that's going to be open as well. You open one door, you're gonna open up hundreds and countless of doors. People can go on like, oh, I'm born a murderer. I have murder gene in me. So that's something that I need to understand with the people in America. That's really what I really want to talk about. And she's Kamala Harris is pushing that, towards Africa in the community in Ghana and stuff. So I want to know why she's only doing it in the black countries, but she's not trying to go to the Arabs or the Iraqians or any of those type of countries. But you really worrying about the black Africans with their black beautiful families out there that you're trying to break down like I did in America with the black families in America. You're worrying about rainbow people, but why y'all not worrying about black people in America? We going through the worst out here. Y'all haven't lifted y'all fingers at all, Kamala Harris. You willing to give Africa $60 million just for rainbow people to get a safe passage over there? Where's our safe passage? Where's our hate bill? Why the F does Asians or whatever gets a hate bill, but black people don't get a hate bill? You know how long we suffer in agony in America? We built this country. We invented so many things in this country that, like, not even in this country, the whole world is using off. We invented the lights, home security. We invented consoles. We invented the first cell phones, radios. We invented traffic lights. We invented freaking vehicles. Why is nobody want to talk about that? Why nobody want to give our credit? Why is nobody wants to give us our respirations? Why does nobody want to give us back our inventions, our artifacts, our ancestors' texts and knowledge? Why is we not getting that back? So for y'all to come to Africa and push that BS, push that to a community that don't believe in that's perfectly fine with their beautiful family. You worrying about that? You giving Africa $60 million for a safe passage? Why don't you give us our respirations? That's what I don't understand. You can give Africa $60 million for rainbow people to have a safe passage over there, but you can't give us our respirations. This is the world we live in. This is the chaos that will always be on this planet. And as us people, we need to learn to reunite together. We need to build our community back up. We're so against each other. We're more against each other than our own enemy, or just as much as our enemy. We rather go against each other than stand together. Don't want to see my peoples fall. I'm all about passing knowledge. I'm all about etiquette, and I want to know it's more about rather our peoples is want to be saved or they just tired and just want to just lay down and just be done with. Like, is this a death wish for our peoples? Why is we the only minority? Why we are the only group / majority in the world that still can't get our shit together? Why are we the only group / race / majority on this planet that still can get our shit together? Why can't we come together as a community? Why can't we build churches? Why can't we build banks? Why can't we build our own independent banks, our own schools, our own fast food restaurants, or our own restaurants? our own security firms, our own hospitals. Why can't we do those things as independent people? We have billions of dollars of spending power, but we can't put that money into any of these foundations that will help our community come back up, that will rise our community up. How come we don't do that? We need to come together. And I'm sick and tired of us not coming together. And it's 2023, and by this time, everybody should be awake. Like, come on. Like, where you at right now? Like, y'all sleeping like underneath a rock? Like, come on. It's 2023. Ain't no way you ain't know not. None of the shit that I said out my mouth. And I barely scratched the surface. Y'all don't want me. Listen, if I go all in, it's going to be a 10-hour video. And that's only just part 1 out of part 10. Like, it's so much knowledge and data that we can collect and come together and build. We need to build our communities up. We're at the lowest. We let other foreigners from their own countries come into this country, into America that we built from blood and sweat for free, that we built for over 400 years, but it's actually longer than that because black people been in America for over 60,000 years. So we know that black people's been on every continent on this planet first for at least a couple million years before any other race came into the picture. Black woman has the Eve gene. We're the first people of this planet. We got all that shit taken away, and we not doing nothing about it. Yo, listen, man. Like, all that money we will throw on it, all that money that we'll throw on the internet, on a camera, all these money phones, all these bag and all this Birkin, Balenciaga, all this other shit that we rock, but we can't even rock for our own nation. We can't even rock our own nation. Sad. It's the world we live in. We can't even rock our own nation, but we'll rock everyone else's nation. Nike, Jordan, Victoria's Secret, Balenciaga, Adidas, Gucci, Polo, North Face. We'll rock all that, but we sure enough ain't gonna rock for our peoples. So you telling me for 50 years since we had our last, for 50 to 60 years, that since we have our last civil rights movement, which was Martin Luther King, our last biggest was Martin Luther King, which he passed away in 1967 or 68. Was Martin Luther King passed away? Why we ain't doing that? Why are we not coming together? That's what I want to know. I want to know why the hell we not coming together. All this shit. How many deaths and protests do we need to go through for us to come together? Because it's too damn many. It's too many to even count. It's too many. We do all this protesting and all this getting killed over it for nothing. Nothing changed. Y'all thought voting for Joe Biden, was going to change everything. Because that man ain't do shit for us. He ain't never going to do shit for us. And that man don't give a fuck or give two shits about us. No one cares about black people but black people. Black people need to start coming together. We have no allies but ourselves. African, Jamaicans, the Caribbeans, Cubans, the Malaysians, the freaking the freaking Zulus, or all the African nations out there, the Guanas, the Rwanda, the Zambula, all the African nations out there, and we all need to come together. Oh yeah, and don't forget my Brazilians, my African Brazilians, my African Dominicans, my African Puerto Ricans, my Afro Latinos. All right, let's not forget who we are, because we need to come back and reconnect to ourselves and to our ancestors. We're losing this fight, y'all. This is a race war, a spiritual war, and a welfare. I mean, in a galactic spiritual war. We need to free ourselves, and we're the only ones that can free ourselves. Not no blue eye and blonde hair motherfucker that can free us. Only us can free us. We need to do better as a people. We need to stop fighting and shooting each other, selling rock or selling drugs or whatever the hell y'all call it nowadays. We need to stop being lazy, smoking that sour all day, smoking that pot all day. Now we need to come together and build. We need to get these single moms off the streets. We need to bring these single moms into our homes. Shit, start a polygamy group. We need to help each other out, build a nation, build some housing. All right, we need to start doing better because this is going on for too long, and we're struggling as it is now. Give it 10 more years. That Great Depression about to hit in the next decade or two. That Great Depression about to hit. They're about to start having robots start to replace all the regular jobs. Start getting ready, especially black people, because we're gonna be hit the hardest, and we're already struggling the way it is right now. So if I was y'all, I get y'all act together and start coming together, dog. We need to stop waiting we need to stop saying and waiting like Jesus Christ is gonna come down. That motherfucker ain't coming down. That motherfucker, he ain't coming down, bro. He ain't coming down, bro. Ain't nobody coming out for us but us, bro. Like, why are we still going on? Why are we sitting here? When are we gonna rise up? We keep talking about it, but we don't do it. When we gonna come together? Because I'm sick and damn tired of us struggling, seeing my people's fought, getting killed, getting mass genocide, mass incarcerated, being enslaved. Like, why are we being oppressed, being reprogrammed? Why are we not like, where we at as a people, man? Are we with each other or are we against each other? Because we sure enough sounds like we're against each other. Because I'm trying to see a lot of brothers and sisters, especially brothers, getting with the snow bunnies. With the desert off. That's what I'm trying to see ourselves doing. With the cave beast. With our oppressors. When are we going to do better? When are we going to stop being coons? Huh? When are we going to make it a law for coons to get exiled? Go be with Christopher Columbus and them motherfuckers. Go be with George Washington, Abraham Lincoln. Those your masses. I worship Osha, Oya, Yemaya, Ashulu, Ra, Anubis, Osiris, Horus. Those are the gods that I look up to. I be damn sure enough not to fucking worship any motherfucking pale man god, that false god. You will never catch me worshiping no blue eye and blonde hair motherfucker. You will never catch me worshiping any of the motherfucking things. Ever. That's a fact. Come together. Put all that shit to the side. You're African. We all African. We all one nation. No matter how much you change your eye color, no matter how much you change your hair, how many weaves you put in, change your voice tone, change such and such surgery, because you're still gonna look like a nigga to them. You're still gonna look like the hard ER to them. You're still gonna look like a black ghetto ratchet to them. It's no different. You still gonna look the same. You can change as much as you want. You're gonna forever be black to them, and they don't care about our peoples. They never will. So stop trying to ask for a validation and goddamn acceptance, because we don't need no acceptance. Accept yourself and love yourself. Get rid of that self-hate. Stop trying to be a coon all day. Get rid of that self-hate. Come together and let's do better. And when we come together, we do better. What's the saying? What's the saying? Dream work make the team work, or teamwork make the dream work? Teamwork make the dream work. Let's do that. Let's do that for once. Please. I would love that to happen. I'm tired of this struggle. The black struggle is real. It's real. And we finna go through some real shit soon if we don't get our act together. Come on, black people. Come on, black Americans. Come on, Africans. And listen, I see my Africans over there doing good. I see them doing good over there. Burning down the freaking Catholic little Christianity shit that they was being brainwashed for hundreds of years. Coming together. building their military forces and shaking hands with their countries, with their black brothers and sisters. Yeah, I see y'all. Deny the rainbow people to come over. Yeah. Keep that up, Africa. Keep that up. I'll be over there soon. I'll be over there right with y'all. Marching with y'all. Building power. Empowerment over there. I'll be right with it with the ancestors. Get your act together, America. We so left behind, dog. We're over here worrying about the snow bunny or what the white man got to say. But we need to start worrying about our damn selves, about our communities.